Our jobs, our goals, and our hopes are that our members take the skills we teach them and use them to better their lives. Our main goal is always to help people help themselves, and that is something we work at every day.
Hi, my name is Tommy Lee Enberg. I'm currently employed at The Source as a bus cleaner. I ended up losing my home during the pandemic. My landlord sold the house the day before the pandemic was declared. He sold it to his grandchildren, so there was an option. I stay in the house and drag it out for 3 months and then end up making his granddaughter, her husband, her 2 kids, her brother, his wife, and his kid homeless for 3 months. So I willingly chose to leave. Homelessness was probably the hardest thing I've had to deal with in my life. The most difficult part was being a productive member of society and then suddenly becoming a pariah. Most people would look past you in disgust. I slept in the car with my dog. Had her since 2018. She was my therapy dog, so I'm very gracious that I had her because it would have been a lot rougher if I didn't. And then I found The Source. I ended up sleeping on the bus that I clean every day. That is a godsend. They provide more than any other place that I've seen since I've been homeless. I ended up within 4 days in the 6-Act program. I was able to pay my car insurance, food for my dog. Every bill that I had to pay ended up getting paid, so I didn't have to beg on the street, which is one of the most humiliating things about being homeless. Then I ended up getting a job for the bus, so I ended up cleaning the buses that everybody needed. The bus is very comfortable, and then I ended up finding a place to live, so I rent a room out of my landlord's house, just like the situation before I lost my home. I have 2 hidden faces, Amanda and Jade. Miss Amanda, she was the one that got me into 6-Act, has been my boss for quite a couple months. It's been a rewarding experience. And the other one would be Miss Jade. She was the one that found me the room for rent. So she helped me get housed. Miss Amanda helped me get employed. Thank you for believing. Thank you for actually seeing beyond me being homeless. That's probably the most important thing. For a long time, I felt like I was invisible, that nobody saw me, and it's nice to actually be recognized.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm the employment specialist here at The Source. Originally, I moved up here from Fort Lauderdale because my son was up here. And then my dad got sick in 2016. So after my dad passed, I was very lost, struggling with addiction most of my life. I went back into it, lost my job, and then just got worse and worse. And then I got into trouble by not stopping for the police. And it was kind of my saving grace, because then I was able to really work on some stuff that was deeper while I was incarcerated. So when I got out from being incarcerated, I went to The Source to do some community service hours. And while I was there, I noticed the Dining with Dignity program, and I felt like God was telling me to do that. From being incarcerated for 24 months, I had some anxieties I had to get over, like getting used to being in the community. So the Dining with Dignity program helped me do that. And I didn't even realize that I needed that, but it really worked out. And then after being in the Dining with Dignity program, I realized that The Source was kind of a family, and there were people there to pour into you and help mentor you. So I realized why God wanted me there. He offered me employment. And so I cleaned the buses, which was really nice because it went along with everything that I was doing in the meantime. And then when Jade got promoted, I applied for the employment specialist position. And that's been really cool because I've been able to pour back into the new students, and I've been through it, so I'm able to relate with them. So now that I'm in that position and working at the Source, I started to begin to dream again. Like, okay, now that I'm sober, and I'm almost 4 years sober, so now that I'm sober, I can actually, the sky is the limit. So I decided to go back to school. I wanted to be able to live a financially free life. When I found out I was able to go to the Village, it was really nice. I was super excited. I had been in a very unhealthy relationship that was not really good for my daughter either. So when I found out that I could get out of that and really be independent. This is the first time since I was 19 years old, so it's a big step for me. And being at the Village has allowed me to be able to go to school and kind of manage with my daughter, who is 7 years old. So I'm really trying to teach my daughter those principles. So we tithe 10%, I'm teaching my daughter to save. So I'm trying to break generational curses. It's been really nice.
My name is Leonard Hamker. I'm originally from Homestead, Florida. We've been here since '97 in Vero. I was an electrician, crane operator. Thoroughly enjoyed my job and did that for 12 years, and then my back just gave out and I couldn't do it no more. I ended up at the Source because my wife got cancer. I couldn't afford the medicine and pay the rent. So the medicine was more important. You know, her health is more important to me than anything. So we lost our house. My car broke down. My marriage was on the rocks. It seemed like maybe people stepped back. Look at him, he's homeless, you know? And you wonder, you know, what is people's conception of you? Because I haven't changed as a man. It's just my surroundings have changed. You know, I'm still the man I was 60 years ago, you know? And I went to the Source and didn't know what I was going to do. Got there, you know, first time 65 years being homeless. I didn't know what to do, and Miss Tamika, she come over and talked to me, and she told me, you know, after about 30 minutes talking, she said, you know what, you're going to be all right. And that just happened to give me a little spark of hope. So I started just staying busy around the Source, cleaning the porch, cleaning the rug, doing whatever I could for them inside. And eventually got me a job with the community works. And I worked there about 2-3 weeks, and the supervisor quit. And they offered me the job. And I took it and thoroughly enjoy it. I said before there was no people going to the park, but after we started cleaning it up, keeping it clean, I can actually see families going back there. So it touches your heart. That what we're doing is actually making a difference. My job is to show them how to act at a real job, because this is like a training field for people to go to actually get a job. Everybody at the Source can help you if you want help. If you don't want help, they can't help you. You gotta want to help yourself. Then while I was at the Source, I got picked to go to the Village, so I have my own place to stay. I pay the rent. Nobody pays my rent for me. I pay my own rent. And it's just a blessing in disguise. Like I said, being homeless has turned my life around. It just gave me, God has a purpose for everybody. You just got to find it. And I think I found mine.